Hello, guys. I hope you're doing well on today. So, most chosen people who are chosen, they're usually the firstborn. They're usually the oldest ones in their family. The firstborns are the Lord's. They are set apart specifically for the Lord. You're His people. And you usually have um, priesthood duties, meaning your job is usually sacred, right? And he's using you as a redemption. You are used as a redemption to the Lord. Mostly we have to be, we're the ones who break the generational curses. We're the ones who go through a lot of the strife. We have the lot of the challenges. People don't like us for no reason at all. We didn't do anything to nobody. We're always misunderstood. We're very misunderstood. We go through periods of isolation. The isolation, is usually a purification process that we go through. And so just like in back in the day with Moses and them, right? The Old Testament, right? They used to use the goat. That's why it's called the scapegoat. The black sheep, the scapegoat, right? They would use the scapegoat, right, um, to remove the sins of the people, and it would be a sin offering to the Lord, right? And that's kind of like you. You're used as a sin offering to the Lord. And what they would do, the priest would put his hand on the goat's head, and he would cast all the sins of the people of Israel onto that goat, and then he would send that goat off into the wilderness, and the goat was to never return. You know what I'm saying? That would be um, made right with the Lord. It would be symbolize that they were purified and they will be made right with the Lord. So 9 out of 10 times, if you're a chosen one, you are used as a sacrifice for the family to break the generational curses, the traumas, to get the family back in line, you know, because of the sins of the bloodline, whether past or present, is used for the sins of the bloodline. And so that's why your life is mostly you're separated. He sets you apart. Purification for sanctification, to set you apart from the rest of the world so that he can build you up, you know what I'm saying, and strengthen you for your work, because your work is normally mighty. It's going to be a great work. You're usually going to impact, influence, and help change and help people's lives change for the betterment. You're always going to be doing something according to the Lord's will. It's always for the Lord, because He chose you. He wanted you for Himself. You are for Himself. And so that's why you are set apart, so that He could do all the work. And it feels hard, you know what I'm saying? Because again, back in the day, this is used so that He wouldn't do away with you. Because back in the day, when they would sin, the Lord would wipe them out. He would kill them. So the goat was used in place of the sins of the people so that you wouldn't die. That's why the goat was used. You know what I'm saying? To keep the Lord from killing the person. So that's why they did a lot of, sin offerings unto the Lord, purity offerings. They did a lot of offerings unto the Lord back in the day. And now we don't have those types of requirements, but we still have chosen people to still break the generational curses, the traumas, whatever sins are going on in your bloodline. You are usually the one that's going to end that. You're the one, that's going to end that. You know what I'm saying? You're usually the whistleblower. You won't take no crap. You usually call out everything. You're the one who's going to expose. You're going to stop. You're going to break whatever the things that are going on that are sinful, that are displeasing to the Lord, so that your bloodline does not die. So that's what you're used for. That's where they get the term scapegoat, or sometimes black sheep. And that's why, a lot of the times, like I said, you're going to be misunderstood. You're not going to be liked. You're going to be isolated. You're going to have periods where you're isolated, because he's, getting you right with him. So he's building you up. You're a warrior. You're resilient. A lot of the things that, you signed up for, um, you signed up for this in this lifetime, right? So a lot of the things that you go through, they're going to be harder than the average person, is because, again, you're dealing with the sins of the family. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going through, because a lot of times if you look at it, right, they're over there doing their thing. They're living their merrily life. They look like they got their shit together. They look like everything's going good in their lives or whatever. And here you are. You might be over here struggling. You might be going through this or whatever the case may be. It's because that is what they would be going through. But instead, you are, because you're chosen. But it's gonna turn around for the glory of the Lord. It's gonna turn around. It's gonna turn around. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. That's why you're going through what you're going through, because you're gonna wind up being first. And again, the redemption is to redeem them. It's to redeem them. To heal the land. That's what they did. That's why they did a lot of sacrificing to the Lord, sending up, those sweet smelling aromas to the Lord. That's what it was considered, so that, again, you can get the bloodline right, so that the Lord wouldn't wipe you out, because they would die back in the day. And in order for you to not die, someone has to be used as a sin offering. And it's usually you. You're usually the sacrificial lamb. You usually are. And that's why your life is harder. But again, count it all joy. It's a blessing. It's an honor. Yes, it's harder. Again, but you were built for it. That's why you were chosen. You were built for it. He's not going to put more on you than you can bear. Believe me. And you are built for it. You're courageous. You're strong. You're resilient. You know what I'm saying? You're a soldier in the army of the Lord. And so that should be looked at as an honor. I know I take it as an honor. I'm the oldest in mine, and I know I'm the sacrificial lamb. I go through, yeah, we're breaking those things. The book stops here. The book stops here. So, yes, I just wanted to send that out to you for those who may be feeling discouraged. They may be feeling like, oh my God, my life, what's wrong with me? What's wrong? No, nothing's wrong with you. It's because more than likely you're chosen. Take it as an honor. Sit and reflect. Ask the Lord, what is your purpose on this earth, so that you can get through your duty as the chosen one. And then, hey, give up, okay, with your armor. Get up with your armor and go out there. God got you. You ain't alone. He got you. He's walking with you through this. He's in you. And he's working through you to accomplish his will for your life and your bloodline. So I hope you guys have a very, very, very blessed, awesome day on today. Until next time, love, light, and peace.